Hey, what's up? This is Chosen. Hope you're having a fantastic week. This is going to be a Raid Shadow Legends video here on Thursday, getting you caught up on everything going on in game and in the community. And we actually have a 10x coming up this weekend. So we've had more 10x champions this week than we've ever had before. We'll talk about the shard events and the 10x champions and if it makes sense to pull and all that, but we also get some clarification coming from Plarium and them speaking officially about the hard dungeons. So I'll pull that up and let you know my reaction to that. We've also got a Prime gaming drop to claim here in game, and then I will go over what is optimal to be spending your resources on here as we head into the weekend, go over the offers and all that kind of stuff. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so first of all, this weekend they are going to be doing a 10x event for some pretty good champions, but the problem is no one's going to be hyped up over an outside of a fusion, no fragment event going on, nothing happening, just random 10x, unless it is just the absolute goddess tier of champions. It's got to be an Acrisia or a Duchess or something like that for anybody to care about even pulling during a 10x, and even then they probably wouldn't unless they were like close to Mercy or something. So we've got Tuanarek, who is a really good Void Legendary support, Theodore, which is a really fun Poisoner, Nekmathar, amazing in the Hydra, Lady Kimmy, same thing, and then the Epics Golden Reaper, Lady Annabelle, Tagore, and Kalad are all decent Epics as well. So the champions themselves are actually pretty solid, but I don't know that I can go down the route of wanting to pull shards myself or recommend it to the player base as a whole for a 10x event when we are not getting any, when we're not, like, the events are so consistent and so constant that unless we're also part of something, a guaranteed summon or a fragment champion chase, is something happening in game, a boosted chance of like 2x in the shards, there's got to be something to go along with it. Otherwise, I think people aren't going to be very hyped up for 10x events anymore. But then we also had this post coming from Plarium about the new dungeons that says, okay, so you've already heard about the new, more challenging hard mode dungeons, a brand new difficulty with 10 levels of our known and loved classic dungeons, the Dragon's Lairs, yada, yada, yada. The bosses will get stronger and receive buffs and immunities that might require rethinking and established tactics. However, considering the complexity, the hard mode dungeon stages will provide more silver for completion. I bet you it goes from like, I bet you it goes up to like, you know, 16k or something. But we'll see if it ends up actually being impactful. More points for events, CVC tournaments, and etc. But the well, we'll have to see, because like stage 20 has always been the best in terms of points like per energy spent. We'll have to see how it kind of shakes up and reassess that. The artifact sets will remain the same for the classic dungeons, but these stages have a chance to drop mythical artifacts. It's going to be all about that right there. What is the chance of getting mythical artifacts? Is it 1%? Is it 10%? Is it 15%? That is going to be the determining factor on if these new hard mode dungeons end up being worth it. Only attainable versus the Hydra clan boss before this. And those mythical artifacts will come in handy a bit later this year. Okay, they're probably talking about like the live PvP or something. And of course, super raids and drop fevers will apply to both at the same time when they do those. So yeah, it's just going to be like another version of a dungeon, obviously. And we won't know until we see some concrete information on the drop rates. What are the odds of a 6-star? What are the odds of a mythical? What are the odds of a legendary? We need the breakdown to start reassessing on if the energy cost is going to be worth the effort and how long and how difficult these dungeons are going to be. Hopefully, you know, hopefully they make it worth it and make this a fun new mechanic to the game. And also today we've got a Prime gaming drop, so you'll want to head on into the left bar menu and then Prime gaming drops right here. If you have access to Prime, boom, we are getting a promo code that we can claim for what looks like some savage gear. So we'll go ahead and do that. It's going to pop up. I'm on PC. It pops up another window over there on the side, and then you click to get your content, and then it will give you a code that you can write down, copy, and then you would back out of the screen and use it as a typical promo code right here. Boom, that is the code that I copy and pasted from the window that it popped up on the Prime Gaming drop. We hit confirm, and boom, we got a full set of savage gear. And then that will go into your inbox up on the top right, and you collect these, and I'll show you really quick if it end up being worth a damn for me. So let's slide the camera over a little bit, that way I'm not blocking the artifacts, and we got a savage, you know, that's a pretty promising start. Worth rolling to 12 and seeing what we get. Triple accuracy is a little bit rough. You're not usually building accuracy on a savage nuker. That's an instant sell right there. The shield, crit damage is nice. The gloves, crit rate. Hey, an attack percent chest, but it's so bad. It's double flat. And flat attack boots. So pretty big rip here on my pieces. The weapon had some potential to be decent. The shield as well. But again, so much accuracy. I'm not getting any of the damage stats on these. Just so much accuracy on every piece. Look at that. Okay, I mean, we at least got double percent, so could make sense on like an HP scaling nuker. Okay, those are a decent find. And then the attack percent chest right here went double flat HP, so a little bit rough on the drop. But anyway, yeah, if you've got access to the Prime stuff, you want to make note of the Prime Gaming drop happening in game today. As far as the shard events are concerned, I don't anticipate very many people pulling shards this weekend during this 10x, even though the champions are decent. The next 2x that you will get is about 8 days from now, and we should probably be seeing 2x sacreds. We just had ancients, which means it goes ancient, sacred, void. So about 8 days from now, we'll probably be getting a boost to sacred shards, and next week also be on the lookout. We may get a guaranteed champion event for ancient shards coming up soon. If I had to predict, I would guess that the next guaranteed champion will be like 150 ancient shards. For the tournaments and events, the most notable thing happening today is that the legendary book over here in champion training for 8,000 points is going to be ending. And if you're also trying to compete for a skin for some reason here in your group, then that would be ending today, the champion training tournament. Other than that, everything's pretty much normal. There isn't anything too crazy to talk about. The summon rush that you see right there is going to be what is double dipping and coinciding with the 10x champions that are going to be going on this weekend. But I don't anticipate it being super hype with lots of people pulling shards this weekend or anything. So, okay, let's dive into the shop and talk about if any of this is worth it or not. So we plugged in the Spring Victory Pack yesterday. It's mostly average. I think it's really only a good offer for the high spending tiers. For low to medium spenders, it is a pass in my opinion. The multi-battle pack is decent. Again, not amazing. We know the drill here, and then the great deal string is not that great. So, okay, there really isn't anything that I would recommend that the normal spender take a look at in the shop, at least for today. All of this is pretty meh. So there we go. Remember to subscribe on your way out if you enjoy daily Raid Shadow Legends content and getting some news on the dungeons and all that. I'm going to have to dive into hopefully figuring out what those drop rates are going to be for those for the mythical gear in the dungeons. I think that's going to be the most important thing. And let me know down below your thoughts on the new dungeons and what they would have to be and all of that, what the drop rates would have to be. And I hope you're having a great week. I will see you soon in the next video. Thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.